Hello, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day today. My name is Steve. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm feeling really good today. My energy levels are back up. Everything seems to be going well, except for one thing. I still have this sinus infection or whatever this is, and it's been going on now for over 2 weeks. And for some reason, it just lingers on and on and on, and I'm so ready for it to be over. Normally things like this don't last this long in me, but for some reason this time it has. My wife, Lindsay, she's still dealing with this as well. Except her sense of smell is back, but my sense of smell hasn't come back yet. I can't smell anything, but my sense of taste is probably at a 6 or a 7 out of 10. So that seems to be coming back. But for some reason, the sense of smell and how stuffy or muffled my hearing is still hasn't improved for some reason. Hopefully in the coming days, these symptoms will finally go away. But as for now, I just want you guys to know that if I sound a little louder than normal, that's probably why, because my hearing is still muffled from this sinus infection or whatever this is. But anyways, guys, that's not what this video is about. I was sitting here reading some of the pamphlets and books that have been sent to me from some very generous subscribers in the UK over the last month or so. And one of those booklets I've been looking at is this 1972 Classic Mini Handbook. And this is so awesome, guys. I love looking at things like this. But it made me realize that I actually had this particular video bookmarked, driving a Classic Mini for the first time. Now, I've looked into 2 other videos about the Mini. The first video was specifically about the history of the Mini and just some facts surrounding the Mini and things like that. The second video allowed me to see the Mini a little closer up and get a look, around the vehicle, a little bit on the inside of the vehicle and whatnot. But this will be the first time that I'm actually getting to see someone from a first-person perspective of what it's like to drive one of these classic Minis, because I have in my mind what it probably is sort of like, but I'm not really sure if kind of what I have in my mind about what it would be like to drive this is accurate or not. Before I started this journey, guys, I knew nothing about the Mini, but I've since learned that this is one of the most iconic British cars of all time. I mean, if you were going to name the top 5 most iconic British cars, the Mini, I'm thinking, would definitely be in that top 5. Let me know in the comments if you think that is accurate, because I have no idea what year this Classic Mini is. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had a phone call real quick that I had to get. But anyways, like I was saying, this looks like, to me, it looks like this is probably a 60s model Mini. I don't really know that for sure. That's just what it the vibe I get from what I'm seeing here and the thumbnail itself. But I just thought this would be really interesting just to kind of get a first-person perspective of what it was like to drive a Classic Mini for the first time. I hope to actually be able to drive one of these cars one day because I think it would be a lot of fun. I've never drove a car that is as small as a Classic Mini. But anyways, guys, I think enough rambling for me. Let's go ahead and dive in and check out what it's like to drive a Classic Mini for the first time.
I'm just going to keep the door open for a second. Do I have no seatbelts? Okay.
No seatbelts.
So these pedals are, I'm slightly to the right.
Yeah.
So you have is there a manual choke or no?
Hold on 1 second, guys. I want to see this. What is this up here? I don't know if you can see where the mouse is. It's not really much of a dash here. I mean, this is interesting. It doesn't really have much of a dash at all. And the speedometer is in the middle, which I find interesting. And so I'm guessing, I don't know what these 2 gauges are. I can't tell. But this is a very tight spot, man. But I dig it, man. It kind of it honestly reminds me a little bit of a go-kart a little bit. Obviously, it's covered, and go-karts I had as a child weren't covered, but that's kind of the vibe it gets me because it's so tight of a space here. You definitely couldn't be on the larger side, I'm guessing even on the taller side, and fit comfortably in this car. What would be the max height to fit in this car? I can't imagine that someone that's, say, 6'5" would fit in this car very, very easily. And also, I can't imagine a man that's like over 250 pounds or something would fit in this car very well either. You pretty much need to be pretty slim and trim, it looks like, to fit in a car like this. But I like it. I would love to drive this. It just gives me a go-kart vibe. It's really cool.
There's an automatic choke.
Choke right here.
But we don't need it?
Won't need it now. It's warm.
Okay.
A choke, man. Wow.
Put your left foot kind of like
Choke on a car.
Okay.
That's classic.
Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a feel for it. It's easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of trim.
Okay, this is classic.
Not good.
You have the mirror comes down on a stalk and an old suction cup to keep it from rattling against the front windshield. Cigarette, that's a lot. That's a stretch.
Yeah.
Wait,
Unless you have a cigarette holder.
that's a cigarette holder? I mean, a cigarette
and you say first
ashtray?
is weird,
Wait,
but
first is
hold on. He says cigarettes. Okay, this piece must come out then, because it looks like it goes, like you drop ash into the dash itself. That's obviously not the case. I would have never guessed that was like an ashtray or something. Is that really what it is? It's like an ashtray? Okay.
Really.
One,
Yep.
or is it's the gear? Does it go this way? Is it one, two?
It's more like one. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
it
you gotta go
goes.
out in the neutral and it back
Yes.
down. That's
Oh.
two.
Ooh.
It's a stretch. Yeah. Once you're going, it's real easy.
One, and then down.
Man,
wow.
Two.
And then
You got double
That's
clutch.
far
There's
back,
sync, So I would
oh
double
shit,
clutch.
there's no synchros.
Once you're going, if you're going like 30, it's just boom like a car.
Yeah.
If like when I was doing those slow shots, you'd have to. If you want to go first and second, you would have to double clutch.
What year is this?
Okay, it's been. My mom had an MG, and I had to do that with that. But that was 20 years ago.
You'll be fine. It's not as hard.
Okay.
Hold up. Hold up. What was this? Hold on. Sorry, guys, for pausing so much. This is just really interesting. Wait, is this a string of some sort? Okay. Am I missing something here? There's no handle. There's actually a string here to close the door instead of like a built-in handle. Now, I did hear that, the Mini, they made this car very affordable by cutting, I don't want to say cutting corners, but not putting in certain features that you would find in your average car. And so did they actually cut out handles for that purpose to make it more affordable? It's just one less thing they had to put into this very simplistic car. That's what it seems like.
And you'd want to close it holding the bottom.
Yeah.
And let your hand go of the cord.
Yeah.
What is the cord for?
This?
Yep.
Is that to open the door?
You'd have to hit a little bit harder.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I think it is to open the door.
Good to go.
Oh, I love the windows.
Yeah, you can open that.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Probably gonna get some warm in here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Mirrors up here. I don't even know if you can see those very well.
Good. Yep. Reverse down.
Reverse is that way. Is
Yep.
it slam over?
Kind of. You can feel it. You'll know you're in. That's it.
That's down. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Hit the pedal just so you get a feel for it. It's real go-karty.
There's more of a dash, if you will, on the back than there's the front, which I find fascinating.
Okay. Now
Yeah, good.
first.
Now double clutch. Yep, now it going first. It's gonna do it.
It's gonna do it.
Yeah, it's gonna do it.
Oh, it looks speedy. It really looks like it's pretty speedy, actually.
Oh yeah, second gear is pretty low.
Yeah.
I don't have a tack.
No.
You're right. That is a switch with the gas there.
Yeah, it's real punchy. It's either you're going or you're not. The engine brake.
Okay. Coming to a stop.
I wish the video, the camera was a little lower.
Second.
No, down a hill
There it
it
is.
would, just
Oh.
like a normal car. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, man, that is punchy, if you will. That
Usually when you're going, since you had a lot of speed, I would have just clanked it
Just
down.
normal?
Yeah, just like your car.
There we go. Second.
I keep on looking down,
The boss's house is
trying to see.
Your boss's house?
Yeah.
That guy didn't even wave at us. He just sort of looked at us.
I was driving this in downtown Pottsville, and I only got about 2 looks, and it was the middle of the afternoon.
Huh.
It's kind of weird. No one really. It doesn't really bat an eye, which is a good thing.
Okay, now we get to climb a hill.
Climbing a hill. Okay, that's gonna be interesting to see what it's like to climb a hill in this thing. I'm curious, guys. I can't remember if I just asked this a couple minutes ago. I think I might have, but if anyone knows, if they can tell based off of what you're seeing here, what year is this Mini probably? Is it 60s? Considering it did not have seat belts, which is, that's obviously got to be a fairly old Mini. I don't know when British cars were probably required to have seat belts. But I'm guessing, probably by the 80s to 90s, I'm guessing. And this is definitely not a 90s. I know that. And could it be a 70s? Maybe. I can't imagine this being an 80s model. 70s would be the latest, either 60s or 70s, I think. But I think it's 60s. Yeah.
And first, that was good.
That was good. Yep. Yep. Once in a while, you get it good.
Can you?
All right.
We
got an Oldsmobile behind us.
That's not bad.
Second.
Oh,
All right, foot on the floor for second.
Yeah.
How fast can I go in second?
You can hear it right about now.
Yeah, I heard that.
Third. And I'm just gonna keep it in third.
Yeah. If you punch it, it'll still go.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to make that weird right turn.
Up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have? Are the lights on or off?
Now they're on.
Okay. It feels a little bit like I'm driving. I'm driving my old motorcycle, the Scrambler.
Really?
The engine almost sounds air cooled.
Yeah. It takes the turns really well now.
Okay.
I was wondering about that. It seemed like it
Signal's
did.
on. I'm gonna have to go down into second.
Yeah.
There we go. Got second.
Perfect.
Now funky turn.
Doesn't seem like it has a very easy
You're gonna
clutch.
Doing them first. Good.
Oh, that slicked in.
Yeah, that was nice.
Found its sweet spot.
That was really good.
So is the clutch on a Classic Mini like this really hard to get at first? It seems like it seems like it's a very hard clutch. I just got that feeling off of what I'm hearing here. But a lot of older cars generally were the clutches were much harder than the newer manuals that you'll find in the last, say, 2 decades. It looks like a lot of fun, man. It does.
Am I in fourth?
I thought it would be, and this really it looks like an awesome car, man.
There was that. The MG, each gear had its own mood, and each gear had its own specific speed it liked to go in.
It's like a go-kart almost, man. It really is that's the vibe I get, kind of. It looks just fun, man. It just looks like a fun car to go.
Turns.
Yeah, I know.
We need
drive it out in the countryside.
turns.
Yeah. If you want to let it rip. It's a rally car.
Ooh. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's right. It does handle curves really well.
No, you know these roads.
That one goes down, and it has another road going up. It's all coming back. Mom's MG. How's my horn?
The horn is over here.
Oh, just like that.
Yep.
Nice. Did you ever do the hill climb that goes down behind the spillway in Lake Winona? That crazy turn?
Yeah, we should have went that way. Eh? I took this from here through Lawrenceburg to Eisler's, and that was a nice ride.
Yeah.
The hill with the turns there.
The gear shift is just sort of bouncing around in there.
Yeah.
Dude,
See, the horn is so joyful.
It's goofy, yeah. It's goofy. It gets a look good.
I love the window. I love the window, man.
They're useless.
Right.
How you just slide it like that's so cool.
This is nice. It's getting warm in here. Partially, well, it still is a warm December day.
Oh yeah, that's pumping the heat out.
Oh, I feel that.
That's pretty
Nice.
weird.
Yeah, close that.
Oh, I know. See, in the summer, I didn't realize I had it on. I was driving, I was sweating
Yeah.
bullets.
Oh, I bet this in the summer is
I
a
think I saw
hot
an
car.
electric motor for the wipers. The wipers are electric.
Yeah.
The ones in the Falcon aren't. Oh, look at those. They move.
Wow. Guys, that was awesome. That was awesome. I've been wanting to see what it was like to drive a Mini for quite some time, ever since I started looking into them. You know, like I said, before I started this journey, I knew nothing of the Mini, nothing at all. You know, it's not really a car you would see very often around here. Ever since I started looking into the Mini a little bit and learning about it, I have seen some Minis here. It's like one of those things. It's, you know, before you start learning about something, you don't even notice them, even if they're in your area or whatever. And then once you start paying attention to something, you'll start noticing them out and about more. And I think that's happened to me because I've definitely noticed not any classic Minis, but some newer Minis, like in a store parking lot or whatnot. I find these cars fascinating. I'd love to drive one. Like I said, it's kind of like, in a way, I don't want to say it's obviously not like driving a go-kart, but that's the only way I can describe it. It's tight and compact, and I think they'll handle curves really well, and it's so low to the ground, and just it gives you that vibe of a go-kart, which is just a lot of fun. I think this would just be a blast to drive a Mini, especially a classic one. I think the classics would be more fun to drive than the newer ones. I'd like to drive both, but I think the classics would just be a lot of fun. But guys, please let me know what year you think this Mini is. I think it's somewhere 60s, something. That's what I'm guessing. Could be a little older. I have no idea, but you can tell based off the dash and whatnot that this was a very simplistic car. There's no bells or whistles here. It is just, it is what it is. It is just meant to be simple and affordable and compact, but has a lot of get up and go. And you could tell that here that it had a lot of pep in its step, so to speak. The one thing I'll say is the clutch definitely seemed to be a little hard. This seems like it would be a harder clutch to learn on. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but if someone would need to learn how to drive a manual, this may or may not be the best car for that learning process. I remember when I learned to drive a manual, I was driving a pickup truck at the time, and that was a pretty good truck. The clutch was easy. It was a light clutch and really easy clutch to learn on, and I think that was the best way to go with that. But anyways, guys, thought this was really interesting. Love this topic. I'd like to explore more British cars in the future, so please let me know if you have anything you think I'd find interesting. Please feel free to leave it in the comments. But thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Please click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.